Today I'm going to be reviewing the Glowforge Laser Cutter. I have had the Glowforge Basic for a little bit over a year. Hi, honey. And I did a review when I was about 6 months in with my Glowforge, but now that I've had my Glowforge Laser Cutter for a little bit over a year, I just wanted to go ahead and do a more in-depth review because I've just learned a lot more about the machine and I have more to say. First, I just want to summarize my overall thoughts about the Glowforge. I'm going to start with the cons. One being that it really is a loud machine, which I guess is to be expected with a laser cutter. And mainly I would say the filter is really loud. It just has a loud fan noise. My next con with the Glowforge, I would say, is the software being web-based. It does have its pros, like if Glowforge does an update to the software, you're automatically updated, and basically all your files live on the cloud, which is nice. But if your internet goes out, you can't connect to your Glowforge and basically you can't work. So I've had a couple of issues with that. My next con is the Glowforge Basic does cut pretty slow, but for someone like me, I'm only cutting like 3 to 4 trays of earrings a week. So it's not too big of a problem, but I could see if you were trying to use your machine all day and cut a lot of product, it would be an issue. So you would want to go with either the Plus or the Pro, which is much faster than the Basic. All right, now I want to talk about my favorite parts of the machine, which definitely outweigh the cons. So I have an Etsy store and my own website where I sell hand-painted wooden earrings. And basically ever since I've had my Glowforge, I've been able to make a lot more money. I've been able to do custom orders, which I couldn't do before. I just love how easy it is for me to make new products now, when before, when I was outsourcing to a laser cutting company, it would take me weeks to make a new product, and now I can do it within a few hours. Also, I never really run out of stock of anything, which is just super convenient. If I see I'm running low on an earring, I just make more. So the Glowforge is compatible with computers, both PCs and Macs. It's also compatible with tablets and phones. So if you wanted to send a design straight from your phone to your Glowforge, you could, which is pretty cool. So you're going to need Wi-Fi to connect the design software to the actual Glowforge. You need a minimum of 2.4 gigahertz. But if you don't have that, you can always upgrade your modem. Next is the difference between models. So there's 3 models, the Basic, the Plus, and the Pro. They all look the same on the outside. The height of the machine is 8¼ inches. The width of the entire machine is 38 inches, and the depth is 20¾ inches. And the maximum material height that you can cut through is 2 inches. The Glowforge Basic is the slowest, but it's also the most affordable. And the Plus is twice as fast as the Basic, and it also has double the warranty. So the Pro is the most expensive, and it's 3 times as fast as the Glowforge Basic. And it also has a built-in cooling feature, which allows you to use it all day. And there's also a pass-through slot, which allows you to make things as long as you want, which is pretty cool if you want to make big stuff. The bed size for the Basic and the Plus is 19½ by 11 inches. And if you're gonna go with the Pro, it's also 19½ inches wide, but then because of that pass-through slot, you can make things as long as you want. At the time of me making this video, which is October of 2020, these are the prices for all 3 models. The Glowforge can cut, score, and engrave. A few things that the Glowforge can cut and engrave are wood, leather, acrylic, food. Some examples of things that the Glowforge can engrave but not cut are aluminum, glass, and marble. I'm going to put a link in the description of all the things that the Glowforge can cut and engrave. When I first got my Glowforge, the initial setup only took me about 45 minutes. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And this is the table that I ended up getting. I think it's a good idea to get a table before you get your Glowforge so you have somewhere to put it. And I really like this table. I like the fact that it has wheels, so in case I decide I want to move my Glowforge, I can. And I also like that it has drawers so I can put some material in it. So the filter is an optional thing to buy. It is $1,000, But if you buy it, you can put your Glowforge wherever you want in your house. And if you don't buy it, you're gonna have to place your Glowforge by a window just so you can vent out the window, which isn't too big of a deal if you wanna put it by a window anyway. Using a Glowforge filter, you wanna make sure in the Glowforge app that you have the Glowforge air filter attached, toggled on. You also wanna make sure you turn on the filter when you're running your Glowforge, and to do that, you just hit the on switch. When you start to notice a lot of smoke is filling up in your Glowforge and you're starting to notice a stronger smell, you want to turn the knob on the side closer to full. If you have that knob turned all the way to full and there's a strong smell and there is smoke that's escaping from your Glowforge, that's going to mean that it's time to change your filter cartridge. As I mentioned earlier, the filter is pretty loud. This is how it sounds. The Glowforge itself is also pretty loud, but you can actually make the exhaust fans quieter by buying this external fan from Amazon called the AC Infinity. There is a slight smell, especially if you're cutting wood, it kind of smells like a bonfire, or if you're cutting acrylic, that's definitely the worst smell that I've experienced. The Glowforge software is where you upload your designs to send them to the Glowforge to cut. You're just gonna need internet access to be able to log into the software, and you just go to app.glowforge.com to open that up. The software comes for free with your Glowforge and there's no monthly fee or anything like that. So the Glowforge has a library of graphics that you can use, or you can use your own design, and that includes any fonts that you want. Artwork will have to be vectorized in order for the Glowforge to cut and score it, and to do that you're going to have to use a vector program. And what I use to vectorize my artwork is Adobe Illustrator, or there's a bunch of other options like CorelDRAW, Affinity Designer, and Vector Magic, to name a few. Now I'm just going to do a quick tutorial to show you how I prepare a file for printing on my Glowforge. First I'm going to open up Adobe Illustrator. And then I'm going to place this illustration of a cactus that I did on my iPad Pro, and now I'm tracing over it with the pen tool. After I'm done tracing over the cactus, I'm just going to make a copy of it and then reflect it to make two separate earrings. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the Glowforge software, and to open that you just go to app.glowforge.com. Now to print that cactus design that we just created, I'm going to go to Create, and then New Blank Design, and then I'm going to click on the plus sign up here, and then Upload, and then I'm going to grab that PDF and click Open. Okay, so once that is uploaded, I'm just going to click and drag to highlight it, and then I'm just going to drag it over here, and I can see this is where I have the board inside the Glowforge. So the Glowforge actually takes a picture of the bed, and then it'll show you an updated picture of what you have in there. So I want to tell the Glowforge to cut these out. So I'm going to go over here to like the layers panel and then click on the design right there. And then I'm going to click on cut up here, which is already selected. And then under here I have all of my custom settings that I've already figured out. So I'm just going to go to small cut. And then after that, you just want to select the material that you're using. And now I'm ready to print, so I'm just going to go over here to the top right corner and click on print. Okay, so to print this design, it's just going to take 11 seconds. Glowforge sells its own material called proof grade material, and you'll actually get some when you buy your Glowforge. And the good thing about this material is that Glowforge has already figured out the settings for you, so you don't have to do any tinkering with that. You can also use material that's not considered proof grade, but the downfall of that is if anything happens to your machine while you're using non-proof grade material, your warranty is void. I actually use hard maple wood from inventables.com because it's a lot more affordable than the Glowforge wood, and also the Glowforge doesn't seem to have any issues with it, so I feel pretty safe using it. You're not actually supposed to be looking at the laser when you're cutting something. I guess it produces a light that we can't actually see that can damage our eyes. So Glowforge actually sells safety glasses, and I would definitely recommend getting those. Also, again, just be careful of what materials you're cutting, because some things like vinyl records can produce something called PVC, which is deadly. So if you're especially cutting something that's not proof grade, I would do your research and make sure that it's safe before cutting it. To clean your Glowforge, you'll need lens cleaning wipes, a washcloth, a spray bottle, the lens removal tool that comes with your Glowforge, rubbing alcohol, and canned air. For cleaning instructions, you can find them on support.glowforge.com, and also there's a ton of videos on YouTube of how to clean your Glowforge. Glowforge actually recommends after 40 hours of printing to use those lens wipes to clean off the camera, the lens, and the windows. Glowforge actually does not have like a customer support phone number, which I wish they did. Maybe sometime down the line they'll get one. But they do have an email, and you can email them if you have any questions, and they usually get back to you pretty quickly. Glowforge also has an amazing community where if you post an issue that you're having, there's a good chance that someone's gonna respond to you like within the hour. Everyone's really helpful. So everyone automatically gets a referral code when they purchase a Glowforge. And how it works is if someone purchases a Glowforge with your referral code, they get money off, and then in return, Glowforge sends you either a Glowforge gift card or cash, whichever you pick. Speaking of referral codes, I'm gonna include mine in the description of this video. So if you wanna use it, you can get a discount on your Glowforge, and then I will also get paid, so it's a win-win. I hope you liked this video. I tried to include everything I could think of about the Glowforge, but I'm sure I forgot a bunch of stuff. Feel free to leave any questions you have in the comments of this video. All right, thanks guys, bye.